In this video, I'm going to do the Android 4.2 update to the Google Nexus 7 tablet. So let's get to it. Okay, here it says Android 4.2 System Update, and in grayed out text up here it says downloaded and verified, and it's 80.6 megabytes in size. So it's already been downloaded and it's just ready for me to install. It says this software update will upgrade your Nexus 7 to Android 4.2 Jellybean, which improves performance and stability. Share your Nexus 7 with friends and family. Each user gets their own personal, customizable space. With gesture typing, you can glide your finger across the keyboard to type. Writing messages is a breeze. Android 4.2 contains many more features and improvements. So one of the key things I'm interested in trying out on this that I can't try out on the Nexus 4 are the multiple user sign-ins, which is a great addition to a tablet in my opinion. Now, probably about a year and a half ago, I did a video on Chrome OS versus Android. And one of the things I wanted to see in a unified operating system between the two was multiple user logins. So that's been addressed in Android 4.2, at least on tablets. So I'm going to hit restart and install down here, and it should start the process. Here we go. So there we go. We have the Android start screen, and the first thing I notice is that the keypad is different. You don't have a solid background, you have a transparent background. And as you can see up here, you have a plus sign. That's to add widgets to your home screen or your lock screen here. And that's one of the big upgrades with Android 4.2. So let's check this out. So it appears that the first widget here is a time widget. And you can switch to the side and add a widget here. So I'm going to click on that, and it's going to want me to sign in here. So let me put in my PIN code. And here we go. These are the widgets that I can add to the lock screen. So I have the digital clock, which is different here in that you notice that the hour is emphasized. So the 10 here is in bold, and the 08 over there is in regular font size. So if you want, you can add sound search, you can add calendar, Gmail, any of the other widgets. I'm just going to try sound search here, and I'll just click on it, and there we go. So now I have 3 widgets on here. First one time, second one the sound search, which is pretty much just like Shazam if you're familiar with Shazam. So that's a nice new feature added here to the lock screen. You can have widgets, and it appears that it's in a linear form here. I don't know if you can actually move these around. Okay, you can just swap where they're at. So they're larger widgets here, and you can have one per area, which would basically be almost the equivalent of your home screens if you want to think of it that way. You can have one widget up top here, and then you can have widgets to the side there. And I suppose you can get rid of them just the same way you would get rid of a widget or an app on your home screen. So let's see how this looks in landscape mode. There we go. And let's see how it's handled here. Okay. So it's almost like the HTC home screens where it bends to the side. So very cool and very useful, so you can have some of your information right up front without actually having to log into your device. Now normally I don't have a passcode on my tablet because I keep the tablet at my house. So anybody that comes over my house can use my tablet. It's really not a big deal. Generally I do have a passcode on my phone though, because I do take that out and about. And you never know if you're going to lose your phone. You don't want somebody accessing your information on there. So let me log into the device. Now the next thing I want to try is the keyboard, the swipe-like keyboard. It's not swipe, but it's like swipe. I'm going to hit Google here, and we're going to type something in. So let's try Nexus 4. Nexus 4 by LG. There we go. Very cool. Now, of course, there's certain apps on a tablet that you can use where you're going to be using a keyboard, but I see it most useful on a phone when you're doing text messages. Let's go back to the home screen here. So up next, let's try the multiple user accounts on the tablet. Now, before we get there, you might have noticed or might have heard that you can use a two-finger swipe on the Nexus 4 to bring down your settings menu. On a tablet, it's a little bit different. On the left-hand side, you have your notifications. On the right-hand side, you have your settings. So I'm going to go into settings here. And what we're going to do is we're going to look here where it says device and go all the way to the bottom and hit users. So this is my user account here, and I should probably add a photo to that. Below that it says nickname, owner, and then owner info. And then here's an area for other users. Right now I don't have any other users on this device, but if I want to add one, I'm going to hit add user over here, and it says add new user. You can share this device with other people by creating additional users. Each user has their own space, which they can customize with their own apps, wallpaper, and so on. Users can also adjust tablet settings like Wi-Fi that affect everyone. After you create a new user, that person needs to go through a setup process. Any user can accept updated app permissions on behalf of all other users. So I'm going to hit OK here, and we're going to set up a TechHarvest user account on this device. So it says set up user now. Make sure the person is available to take the tablet and set up their space. So I'm going to hit set up now. And here we go. So it starts with a startup screen, and on the bottom here you'll notice the user accounts. If you have a picture associated with it, that picture will be in that account area there. Right now I don't have any pictures associated with any of the users on the account. So I'm going to unlock the device, and it looks like I just bought this device and fired it up for the first time. So it says, welcome, you have been added to this tablet. When you're finished setting up, you can work with apps or install new ones as usual. Important, the tablet's owner can uninstall your apps or remove your space completely. Any other user can accept updated app permissions on your behalf. As with any computer, you should only share this tablet with people you trust. So let's hit next here. Then it says, got Google? Do you have a Google account? If you use Gmail, answer yes. Of course, I have several Gmail accounts. Let me sign in with my email, and I'll join up with you on the other side of that. Okay, it says Google and location. Use Wi-Fi location. Let apps estimate your location with Google's location service. Anonymous location data will be collected and sent to Google and may be stored on your device. This could occur even when no apps are running. The default is checked to yes. That's fine with me. The next thing here says let Google Apps access your location. Get more relevant information when using Google Apps. GPS and Google Location Service may be accessed even when you're not using Google Apps. Again, checked by default, that's fine with me. It says you can change these options anytime in settings. Let's go and hit the next arrow here, and it says just a sec. And the setup is complete. Your tablet is set up and ready to use. So let's open this up and see what it looks like. So it's just walking you through, just in case you're a brand new Android user, what all these things mean. It says this is your Google Play library, touch to view items you've used recently, plus some extras we've added for you. To resize, press and hold, then let go and drag the blue dots. So there we go. Have some brand new home screens under my new user account here. So let's check the app drawer here, and it looks like just the basic apps are here. The apps that I have on my other account are not, and it stands to reason because those are associated with the other account. So this is very cool. It's a very cool option to have multiple users on the same tablet because in a lot of homes you have families using the same device. And it's nice to know that you have your own space. that somebody isn't going to mess up what you have on your tablet. To my knowledge, the only other tablet on the market today that offers multiple user accounts are Windows 8 and Windows RT tablets. And as far as I'm concerned, it's pretty much a must-have feature. So let me press the power button here and then bring it back up. And you see down here, again, you have the user accounts that you can switch between. So it says owner and then the account that I have currently. So if I want to click on owner here, it should switch back, and there we go. So next up is wireless display. Now Apple has AirPlay, and now with Android you can have pretty much the same features. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into YouTube here. So I'm going to go into my uploads here, and we're going to go into my latest video, which is activating the Google Nexus 4 with Straight Talk Wireless, and I'm going to click on it here. And then I'm going to pause it. In this video, I'm going to install a... Now, I just happened to turn on my Google TV device. In this case, it's a Vizio Co-Star. And this appeared on my device here. It says touch to connect and play videos on your TV. So I'm going to touch that. And you can see here, obviously this is my tablet, but then down here it says Google TV. So I'm going to click on that. And you might hear it in the background. It says connecting. And on my television set, it shows that it's connecting. Now, I'm going to show you in a second, I'm going to redo this process and I'm going to show it to you, just showing you the TV part of it. But right now I'm showing you the Nexus 7 part of it. So the video is playing behind me and the quality is very good. The audio is down right now, so I will have the audio up when I film the television set. But as you notice here on the Nexus 7 itself, nothing is moving, just the status bar or the indicator here. I'm in 32 seconds, 33 seconds into the video, but the video is not playing on the device here. It is playing on my television set though. So you can control it from here. So if I want to hit pause, it pauses it on my television set. So basically just like AirPlay. So not only can you play and pause here, but you can scrub forward, and you can scrub back, rewind, however you want to control here. It's really nice. Now let me check if you can actually do other things on the tablet while you're still beaming the content to the television set. Yes, you can, just like with AirPlay. So you can beam the content over and then do some web surfing at the same time. Very cool. When you want to break the connection between the Google TV and the tablet, just click up here again and bring it back to the tablet, and there you go. You have several options for a cell phone carrier. So let me show you that one more time, but now I have the camera pointed at my television set. Now as you can see right there, you have the Vizio Co-Star logo there. Next thing I'm going to hit is my display button on my YouTube app on my tablet, and I'm going to select Google TV, just like I showed you before. Now it shows you Asus Nexus 7 has connected, and it shows you what's up on my brand new Nexus 4 cell phone. So let me pause that and turn it down a little bit because it was a little bit loud. And let me press play again, and you get to watch my intro, and it'll actually give you an idea of how smooth the video is because there's a lot of motion in my intro. So let me hit play again here. And there you go. It looks very smooth. So this is a really cool feature. And it's nice to know that it's now on par with Apple's AirPlay. Very smooth. So this is for you guys in the United States. Let me hit pause, and as you can see, it's very instantaneous. I'm going to hit play now. You have several options pause for a cell phone. So actually a second or two delay between hitting the control on the device and when it responds on the television. So I'm going to scrub forward on this, and we're going to see how it picks up and how smooth it is. So I'm going to press play again. Phone carrier. And scrub forward. And it jumps right there. SIM card in there. So now I can put the bumper case back on. Very cool. Very cool. So now I'm going to hit the button again and I'm going to disconnect from the Google TV. I'm going to go back to tablet here and you'll see what it looks like on the screen. It says Asus Nexus 7 has disconnected. So right now I'm on android.com/what's new. Just to give you an idea of some of the features that are on Android 4.2 that I'm not necessarily going to show you in this video. One of which is Daydream. It says Daydream lets your Android device display useful and delightful information when idle or docked. Show off your photo albums, get the latest news from Google Currents, and more. So I would assume it's some sort of screensaver. I don't have a dock for this device, and there are dock pin connectors on the side which enable the device to know when it's docked and when it's not. So that's something I'm not going to show you in this video, but that's one of the upgrades in this operating system here. The next thing is expandable, actionable notifications. Now this would come in handy on a phone. I do have a Nexus 4 and I have seen this on the device. When you get a notification, you can expand that notification and you can do different actions on that notification. For instance, if I get a phone call, a missed phone call, I have an option to call that person back or to send them a text message. It's very nice when you actually get to use it. As we go down here, it says fast and smooth, so basically they've been working a lot on the smoothness of Android, and Project Butter was something that was introduced with this device with Android 4.1 Jellybean, but it's being improved upon in 4.2. And then it says Beam photos and videos. Now I'm going to do a dedicated video on Android Beam. I'm going to beam between this device and my Nexus 4, so stay tuned for that. But in short, basically what it enables you to do is have content on one device that has NFC, and this device is NFC capable, and you can just touch it to another device, another Android device that is NFC capable, such as my Nexus 4, and you can push content between the two devices. And the other thing I will show you is the widgets, how you can place the widgets and not have to worry if it's going to overlap another widget or shortcut you have on your home screen. So let's go into that right now. So over here we have a bunch of widgets here, and if I want to move one, I can put it up here, and as you can see, it rearranges automatically. And of course I can resize this widget if I want as well. Prior versions of Android, if you tried to move a widget on top of another one, it wouldn't move things around. It would just say you can't put it there. So things are getting a little more user-friendly, and it seems like you get a nice little animation with that as well. Everything kind of bounces around. And then it goes through Google Now, which is a feature that I find most useful, again, on a phone, because your phone, you're taking it with you a lot, unless you travel with your tablet. My tablet never leaves the house. So I find that the Google Now feature, which kind of gets to know you by your travels and what you look up, is more useful in my case on a cell phone, but it's still nice to have on a tablet. But I find that I use it more on my Nexus 4 than I do on the Nexus 7. Photosphere on the camera. That's a new feature that's added to devices that have cameras. Now this does have a front-facing camera, and I did show you in a previous video how you can upload the camera app on this device, which natively it does not come with a camera app because it's only a front-facing camera, and it's basically meant for Hangouts on Google+. But this photosphere capability enables you to take panoramic pictures, but more like what you would be used to on Google Street View. And I did try it on this device with the camera app I loaded on here, and it doesn't work. But it does work on the Google Nexus 4, which also has Android 4.2. And then the last thing is the smarter keyboard, which is the first thing that I showed you. So those are all the new features on Android 4.2 Jellybean, and as far as I'm concerned, they're very welcome features and just make Android a much better operating system. For my money, Android is the most advanced mobile operating system on the market today. For my computing needs, I can't live within a mobile operating system only. I do need a standard operating system as well. But for all of my mobile needs, as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't get any better than Android 4.2 Jellybean. And currently I have 2 devices that run it, and I couldn't be happier. So that pretty much does it for this video. If you have any questions or comments, please post them down below. If you like what you see, please subscribe. And as always, if you want to help out my channel, give me a thumbs up or favorite this video. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.